So it's Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by, once again, 3 months in a row, Free Bets Employee of the Month, I believe, John Fury. John, how you doing, mate?
Listening very well, Danny. Hope you're the same, and big up to Free Bets for saying I'm the Employee of the Month. So, it means a lot to me. They're great guys, and I love working with these people. And we get some great content together.
There's rumours that they're too scared to give it to anyone else, but I'm sure that's a load of rubbish. I'm sure you've earned it.
No, they're very respectful, and it works both ways, and like I say, they've been good to me, so I got nothing but respect for Free Bets and all the people, Dom and the team, I enjoy the company. I look forward to doing it.
Great stuff. Now, they announced yesterday down in that London that is a Knockout Chaos event on March the 8th, back out in Riyadh for Riyadh season. Yep. We'll talk about the top fights on that show in a minute, but your son, Roman Fury, is also on the bill, I believe. It must be exciting.
Yes. Yeah, it's exciting. It's a good move for him, and it broadens his outlook, gets him out there, big stage, and like I say, you can only thank people from the bottom of your heart for giving him these opportunities. It's great for me, great for my son, and I'm glad he's moving in the right direction.
Now, you said before about issues you had with Tyson's training camp for Francis Ngannou. In a sense, has he done Anthony Joshua a favour now because it's led to this big fight for Joshua?
Well, I think AJ's earned that position. Nobody's done anybody favours. I think he had a great win last time, even though Otto Wallin was shit scared of him. But he did look the part. Fair play to AJ. He come out, he was banging hard and fast, and he looked like he was a man on a mission. And fair play to him. Otto Wallin never turned up like Deontay Wilder ever. Well, I never said anything as bad as Deontay Wilder in my life, to be honest with you. I was looking at two different people in Otto Wallin and Deontay Wilder. Those was not the people who fought Tyson, but like I say, Tyson's probably took everything out of him, and he was just the Wallin. Otto Wallin was just an absolute letdown, wasn't he? He didn't even try and fight. He quit. He was shit scared of AJ. He didn't want to know. But AJ looked the part. They come out and done the job. So he's earned his right and just put a step forward to a mega fight with Tyson, depending on who wins next month.
And you said before that you feel Tyson, who was in the right place physically, would have done a much better job on Ngannou. How much chance do you give him against Joshua now, Ngannou?
Listen, it's going to be great because styles make fights, and it's going to be explosive. And to be honest with you, looking at AJ last time, if he comes out with that same mentality and that same speed and power, well, he can take anyone out, can't he? Including Ngannou. But it'll be a good fight. He's got to be careful with Ngannou because he's a very, very strong man. And Ngannou can punch. He waits his time. He's a good striker. And like I say, but, great spectacle. It's one I'm looking forward to. The styles make fights are going to be stood in front of each other. It's the first one to land, I think. But AJ looks that bit sharper, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks quicker puncher. And at the end, if you keep them speed shots going, speed and power, that kills, doesn't it? I give AJ every chance. But Ngannou, no pushover. No, he'll give any heavyweight in the world problems, Ngannou.
Would it bother you at all if AJ gets him out of there early and then uses that as a way to, a stick to beat Tyson with? I did better than you.
Absolutely not. If AJ can knock him out in one round, big up to AJ. What else can you say? If AJ knocks him out, because I value Ngannou, I think he's a good fighter. And this is a 50-50, by the way. It's a 50-50. I'm judging on his performance against Tyson, even though Tyson didn't perform, he didn't turn up, we know that. But he still looked quality, Ngannou. And he can get the right hand across. He's a big, strong man, his power. And if he catches AJ flush, somebody's hitting the canvas. But if AJ can get him out in one round, well done. And I'll give him a round of applause because he's a fellow Brit. He's on a mission to be a world champion again. Whatever it is, a 3-time world champion. There's only Muhammad Ali ever done it, to my recognition. Thinking off the top of my head now. If he can do it, props to him. But he's on the right track. But you can't really gauge what happened with Otto Wallin because Otto Wallin absolutely, he essed himself, didn't he? And didn't put up a show. I think when he felt AJ's power, he didn't want to fight from the first 10 seconds. Minute he tasted that stinging power, He didn't want to know. Made up his mind. He was there for the money. But we can't gauge him on that. But it was a good performance. Well done to AJ. I'm glad for him. Pleased for him.
And if 150-50 fight's not enough, also on that show, you've got the return of Joseph Parker, who beat Deontay Wilder, and he's taken on Zhilei Zhang, who we were told until now no one wanted to fight. Joseph Parker stepped up. How do you look at that fight?
Well, fair play to Joe Parker, because he's a dangerous man, Zhang, isn't he? Yeah. He was in the right place at the right time with Deontay Wilder. It was a great win for him, and Joe Parker, he deserves everything, and at the end of the day, look at the man's set of nuts he's got. He's fighting Zhilei Zhang, one of probably the most unwanted fighter amongst all the top 10, and he's prepared to get in the ring with him. So big up to Joe Parker. Well done to him. And you know what? He's got to be careful of Zhang, because Zhang is like the dark horse of the division. And he will be throwing. He's a southpaw. He's a big kid, So, yeah, great fight again. A must watch. But Joe Parker, he can do it with his speed, in and out movement. He's a younger man by 10 years, So at the end of the day, yeah, Joe Parker could come along like a rank outsider and be world champion again. You just don't know.
We talked about the huge opportunity for Roman at the start. We're going to talk about Tyson in a few minutes. But what's the latest with Tommy? When are we likely to see him back?
Well, we're just working on something now. I'm not going to disclose too much, but there's things in the pipeline we're talking about. But he's very busy at the moment. He's still in the gym, because obviously around me, I don't let him take months out of the gym. They're training every day in some sort of ticking over fashion. We're just waiting to get some T's crossed and I's dotted on that. We can go forward in 24. We're just going to see how things pan out for him and what offers are on the table.
And talking of offers, I just want to return to Joshua Ngannou for a minute, because we did our live show last night. And I said I thought it was a really good bet, Joshua to beat Ngannou on points. Now, obviously, you are 3 bets consecutive months employee of the month. Do you think there's a chance it will go the distance, or do you only see someone getting knocked out?
No, do you know something? Like I made predictions last time, got all 3 wrong. And the only one I'm going to give credit
someone else.
I'm only going to give credit to Jarrell Miller, out for 6 years, 7 stone over his body weight. He went in, took a fit, young, match-fit Daniel Dubois, 10 rounds. So props to Jarrell Miller. Not a lot of people knew that, but he was the only one in my book done well, Jarrell Miller. Well done to Daniel Dubois, but he fought a live opponent. He almost got stopped in the 5th round, Dubois. And Dubois to dig deep to beat him. But what you've got to look at, Jarrell Miller was out the ring for a long time. Overweight, but the kid showed heart and resilience, because Dubois can bang. And he took a lot of stick, Jarrell Miller, so big up Jarrell Miller. And well done to Daniel Dubois. That was the only fight worth talking about, because the others never turned up. Wilder never turned up. He just looked like a club fighter to me, a shot club fighter. And like I say, Otto Walling the same. But listen, good luck to Joe Parker. Good luck to AJ again.
So AJ could win on points and make me some money. Is that what we're saying?
I wouldn't rule it out, because he's a tough guy, this Ngannou, isn't he? I think he can hit Ngannou with a baseball bat. And I don't think he's going to go very far. So, yeah, it can go to points. I'd say it can. But I think if somebody lands properly, especially Ngannou, if he lands on AJ, how does AJ take it? He's been down before, and he can be hurt. And like I say, if he takes a good shot, he don't recover too well, does he? So at the end of the day, Ngannou's got lights out power, 19.5 stone, and at the end of what he's done to Tyson, short left hook on the floor, so you can't write Ngannou off. But do I see a point win for AJ? I think so, yeah.
Thanks, John. That makes me feel a lot better.
Like I don't know, because now, Ngannou just may well need a pair of brown trousers when he gets in the ring. But AJ, I don't know what it is. When somebody sees these big, muscly type men, they just seem to need brown trousers. So I don't understand what's going on. But when they see Tyson, a bit fat of himself, not that, doesn't look much, they seem to bring their A game and fight out the skin. But when they see AJ, 6'6", 18 stone, solid, looks the part, I think the plug goes out of him somehow or the other. But I'm not saying that's going to happen to Ngannou, but you never know. You never know. If Ngannou don't crap himself, it'd be a good fight. And that's the only way I can put it forward to you.
Now, last time we spoke, the last interview attracted a lot of attention, primarily because of your concerns over Tyson's training camp. Have you heard anything since he's been out in Riyadh that puts your mind at ease at all heading into the Usyk fight?
Well, listen, I've said what I've said. It's no good running over it too much because, I'm not going to watch what I think is irrelevant now. We're 4 weeks out and they're going to fight anyway. So it's all irrelevant anyway. But my opinions haven't changed, and let's just see. They have got to impress the shit out of me, haven't they? And that's all I'm saying. And that's what they need to do. And to do that, they've got to beat Usyk and beat him comfortably. So I've just left it to them. They know what they've got to do. And it's 4 weeks out. And no matter what they're fighting, so whatever I say is not going to be worth mentioning anyway. But good luck to both boys.
Well, I do want to ask you one thing that apparently you said about Tyson or regarding Tyson in the past. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but Eddie Hearn has been talking, as he often does, to the media. And I saw a report. He said that he nearly signed your son, Tyson, back in the early days, but it was scuppered, the deal, because you asked for £100,000 signing on fee. Any truth?
That was his father in Newcastle at a prize fight venue many years ago. It was in a Newcastle show, and I took him there. He was our first port of call because I got on with Barry Hearn because he was back in the day when I was fighting. I had a lot of respect for him. I think he had a little bit for me, So at the end of the day, I liked the man, and he was my first port of call. But when I got there, they wanted to give him nothing, and I knew the worth of my son. I knew what he was worth then, so it never materialised. What happened with the son, I've no idea because I wasn't there.
So presumably no regrets, though, given what Tyson's gone on to achieve.
Well, listen, he's had a few bumpy rides, hasn't he, up to where he's getting to today. But like I say, what's 4 years not going to pass you by. If he was meant to have signed with the Ains, he would have done. People go down a path what's plotted out from the start. That's my belief. Whatever happens in a month's time, it's set in stone long before this chat we're having today, So we're just going to have to get on with it. And what is going to be is going to be. And you've heard that saying 1,000 times, haven't you? But you've got to train hard. You've got to train like a demon. You've got to have nothing else on your mind. You've got to be tunnel visioned. You've got to forget the rest of the world, the rest of your life. You've got to be a mean fighting machine to do a job properly at this level. And if he's not doing that, well, we'll be tied him. He's experienced enough now, but like I said before, they've just got to impress the hell out of me. But they definitely didn't do it last time. So this time, I want to be impressed. And if I'm not, I'll knock sugar out myself.
Yeah, fair enough. Just before I let you go,
I know Tyson's the best heavyweight in the world by a country mile. But it's like a finely tuned racehorse. If he's got a bad jockey, he won't win the race, will he? But at the end of the day, we'll just leave it at that. No more to say. Good luck to both men. I hope they take heed, buckle down, and get some grueling work done. And good luck to both men. May the best man will win. And whatever's going to be, he's going to be. So good luck.
And just before I let you go, you said they used to get on very well with Barry Hearn. How do you compare his son to him and what Barry achieved?
Well, I don't know the son, It's not for me to comment on people I don't know. I'm not a judgmental person, but everybody can see what the son is by social media. But listen, it's a business. The man's getting a living. He's bringing eyes to screens, bums on seats, so he's doing his job properly, isn't he? It's all part of the game. It's show business, and he's doing a fine job. He's doing a fine job. People love him. People like him. Keep good work up. If you're entertaining people in this dull world we have today, you're doing it right, aren't you? And if he's got followers and they like him and they like what he does, thumbs up.
Great stuff. John, really appreciate your time. Thanks to Free Bets also for making you available. And let's catch up again soon.
Happy New Year, Danny, and God bless you.